just...
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeet Poseidon, let me read this. Hall of Fame coaching staff, head coach Urban Meyer, offensive coach Chip Kelee, defensive coach Johnson get immediately 17-0. What?
We just made a trade. We just made a trade. Want me to read it? You ready for this?
Yeah.
The Lions, this is from Ian Rappaport. I make sure it's not a fake count. The Lions are trading starting running back DeAndre Swift. Sources tell me that Tom Pelissero sending him to the Eagles in exchange for draft pick compensation with Dave Montgomery now lists first rounder Jahmyr Gibbs. Swift heads out.
Yeah, go!
What?
Yes!
What? What?
Yes!
Oh
Matt
my
Corral
God.
speaks again! Now we're talking! I told you we needed another running back!
Bro!
Dallas still stinks! You might do it, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Welcome to Victory Sunday. That's what we're calling it, because the Eagles came out of this draft completely victorious. The draft grade is simple. I ain't going to make you wait to the end to tell you what it is. A++++++. No doubt about it, but the Eagles, they're not stopping there. They are busy signing undrafted rookie free agents, and they're trying to give DeAndre Swift a contract extension. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support you give to me. And I want to thank everybody who made this whole draft weekend just absolutely epic, memorable, and it was great. It was a great 3 days, especially day 3 was like when everything just went crazy. It was insane. Now, like I said, I'm not going to do a video and make you guys wait to the end to tell you what my draft grade is for the Eagles. It's an A+++++. I mean, I don't know how you can add any more pluses to the A based on what the Eagles did. It was a tremendous day, a tremendous 3 days, no doubt about it. And I thought getting Kelee, Ringo, and then getting DeAndre Swift really topped it all off, no doubt about it. And here's the funny thing: reports are that the Eagles, once the Detroit Lions drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, the Eagles were already calling the Detroit Lions about DeAndre Swift, and then DeAndre Swift asked for a trade, and the Eagles, they were very, very aggressive to get DeAndre Swift for good reason. I mean, think about this. You were putting DeAndre Swift in an offense with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and the best offensive line in football. And I believe DeAndre Swift is a tremendous talent. I think his biggest issue really has been durability. If he can just stay healthy, I think he has the upside to be a top 5 back in this league. I really do. And the Eagles, I think they do too, because they know that he's in the last year of a contract. But reports are saying that the Eagles are open to a DeAndre Swift contract. And the Dolphins were one of the teams that were competing with the Eagles for DeAndre Swift, although they never really had a chance because Howie Roseman was intent on getting him. The one thing about Howie Roseman, Howie Vision, we're all living in it, is once he wants somebody, once he decided that, yes, we want this guy on the team, he gets very, very aggressive, and he goes after him, and he gets the mother humper. It's just the way it goes. So, the Dolphins had no shot. They had no shot. But I do find it interesting that the Eagles want to give this kid an extension. They want him to stay for a few years. And I think that's great because the kid has tremendous upside. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run. And if he just stays healthy, no doubt about it, if he stays healthy, he will be the Eagles' clear-cut number 1 back. And I know we have Rashad Penny. I know he's got talent. But I think DeAndre Swift is better. And so I'm very excited about it. Now, it sounds like DeAndre Swift may not be interested in a contract extension. We're going to have to wait and see. Eagles are open to it. He may be playing the 1 year left on his contract and then try to get a big payday. So we'll see. And And if he decides to do that, that's his right. But DeAndre Swift coming back to Philly, I think it takes the offense to a new level. I do. I think the Eagles have a better running game now as a whole as they did last year. He's a home run hitter, DeAndre Swift. And I think the Eagles lucked out, and I think the change of scenery is going to be very, very good for DeAndre Swift. Now, the other thing we got to talk about is the undrafted free agents, because the Eagles are busy signing undrafted free agents, and I think the list for the most part is complete. There may be some few guys added, or there may be some changes, but here's what it looks like so far. Here's players who reportedly signed with the Eagles. Louisville offensive tackle Trevor Reed. Clemson wide receiver Joseph Nagata. He sounds like he could be a steal. I was watching some highlights on him, and he looks like he definitely has some talent. Kansas State kicker, we'll say, punter and place kicker, Ty Zentner. Now, the interesting thing about this dude is this dude has a name. His nickname is Legatron. Legatron. You gotta like a guy that's called Legatron, but obviously he's coming in to compete as a punter for the Philadelphia Eagles. So Ty Zentner, we'll see what he does, but it's good that the Eagles are bringing in another punter to have an open competition. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I hope he wins it. I really do. Another signing, and this was probably the biggest name signing. This surprised me, but Alabama cornerback Eli Ricks, he signed with the Eagles. I thought he was going in day 2 of the draft. I was surprised he didn't get drafted at all. Every mock draft that I did on those mock things, he definitely got drafted day 2. So Eli Ricks, I think this could be a total steal. Now, this is the second year in a row that the Eagles have gone cornerback with Alabama, so that's interesting. Colorado tight end Brady Russell. We'll see about him. LSU's cornerback Mekhi Garner. Nice size corner. Arkansas wide receiver Jaden Hasselwood. And then Michigan State linebacker Ben Van Sumeren. Now, what I'm hearing about this Ben Van Sumeren kid, and I'm going to have to go watch him, but they said that this kid's like a freak athlete. A total freak athlete. And he could be a total steal for the Eagles. I'm interested to see what this kid is going to be like. So it's going to be interesting. But the Eagles need a linebacker. I'm surprised it was only one linebacker. Justin Dine, I think that's how he said. He said, Michigan State linebacker Ben Van Sumeren is signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. The 6'3", 237-pound freak athlete posted a 42.5-inch vertical, 29 reps on the bench, and a 10'11" broad jump. His 4.40 40-yard dash would have been the second fastest among linebackers at the combine. So that could be really interesting. That could be really interesting signing, and we'll see. But the Eagles have had a lot of success, especially with linebackers as undrafted free agents making the team. This kid sounds like an interesting prospect. So him, Eli Ricks, and then the punter. Those are the guys that I'm most interested in watching, and we're going to definitely go through some of these guys and watch some of these guys and see what they're all about. The other guy, Trevor Reed, the offensive tackle. The great thing is if you're an offensive tackle, if you're a lineman and you're going to go somewhere, you go to Philly, because any deficiencies, especially if it's mechanics, if it's strength, if it's leverage, if it's balance, all those things, Jeff Stoutland can fix for you. So if I was an offensive tackle like this Trevor Reed, and I could come to Philly, I would go to Philly. So we'll see what Stoutland can do with this kid. From what I was hearing about this offensive tackle, he's big, but he may be a few years away. He's going to be kind of a project for Stoutland. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be really interesting. But that looks like at this point the Eagles undrafted rookie free agent list. I kind of like it. I really like the Rick signing. I really like this Michigan State linebacker. I'm very interested in those guys. And the Clemson, Joseph Nagata. I'm curious to watch him play. And like I said, on this channel, we will be looking at these guys more in depth, no doubt about it. But right now, the Eagles are sitting pretty. I think when you look at this offseason, you look at the amount of moves the Philadelphia Eagles have made. And then you look at the draft the Philadelphia Eagles just had. They, to me, are clear-cut best team, not just in the NFC, but I think in football. And the break the Eagles get is that they play in the NFC. Because in the NFC, it's not as good of a conference as the AFC. So while those teams beat the crap out of each other next year, the Eagles should be beating the hell out of everybody in the NFC. The Eagles and yesterday's draft, they actually gained space between them and Dallas and San Francisco and any team that you think is a competitor in the NFC. The Eagles actually increased their distance on. No doubt about it. When I look at the Giants and I look at Washington and I look at Dallas, yeah, you could say that I think the Giants had a pretty good draft. I think Washington had an okay draft. I think Dallas, it was suspect. But none of those teams, in my opinion, got anybody in the draft that is immediately going to help them next year. The Eagles, they got better immediately, and they got better for the future. So we are sitting pretty, and we will see what happens today. I'm sure Howie Roseman is not done yet. One thing Howie definitely loves is he loves post-June signings. So we got to keep a lookout for that. With that said, if there's new news, I will be back later today. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. I almost forgot one of the main reasons I like to do this video. Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman has all the GMs in the NFL crying and whining and being babies. Their feelings are all hurt because Howie Roseman has been getting a lot of compliments for the great job he's done. It's not Howie Roseman's fault. He's 4 or 5 steps ahead of all these GMs. He can't help it. They're playing checkers. He's playing chess. That's the way it is. I mean, look at the Dallas Cowboys. Did you see them during the first round when Buffalo jumped them? They're all miserable in their war room. They're all like this. I mean, go look at it. Just go look at the evidence. Go look at the video of them in the first round. They're all like this. They see the camera light turn on and like... Meanwhile, in the Eagles war room, they're all standing up. They're all excited. Howie Roseman's got everybody going. They draft him. Everybody starts freaking out. They're celebrating because they're happy. Howie Roseman is the man. What is the NFL going to do? They try to ban us from quarterback sneaking. Are they going to ban Howie Roseman from drafting? What are they going to do? Howie Roseman owns this league. Denzel Washington out.